Yo, how's it going everybody? Welcome back to another video on my channel. Today we have a tier list video for anime crossover defense. Now listen, I've done my research, guys. I'm not gonna lie, I've done it all, man. So you guys are probably wondering, when you first start off the game, like, what is the best units that I can use right now for me to be able to be the best and obviously solo everything. So I'm gonna go step by step and explain to you guys why each unit is good for what. Okay guys, I'm just gonna be straight up honest. Okay, so first we have Zoro. Okay, I'm just gonna start off with Zoro because I did try him out, and this is what I figured out, right? When you're starting off, he's not bad. He's not the worst. Like his top upgrade, I think, is pretty OP because he does get a line AoE that's really strong. So it's pretty good for new players. So I definitely recommend you guys use him if you're starting off on the first and second wave. Maybe you could possibly use him quite easily, but of course you have to take into account that he doesn't do that much damage, but he can still solo the first world, I'm pretty sure, or should be able to at least. So that's why he's gonna go as C. He's not bad, guys. He's not bad, truly. You could make it a case that he's B, but I think C is a pretty good spot for him. Next, we're gonna put these two over here. Now the reason I say that is because compared to every other rare and obviously above, they're pretty bad. Their damage is low and DPS is not the greatest for their damage. So that's why we're gonna put them there, guys. Now Goku, in my honest opinion, on the first and second world, you can do insane amount of damage, and honestly you can easily solo the first wave by just using Goku. So that's gonna go to B in my opinion, guys. At the end of the day, this is all researched. You guys can take this as the official tier list for new players and for pro players, because honestly guys, I'm gonna be honest, when I make these tier lists, I don't joke around with tier lists. I put everything that I tested, I put everything that I know into these tier lists. So listen up, guys. Next is Naruto. Okay, now Naruto's pretty good. I mean, he's not bad, guys. He's not bad, really. But is he better than Zoro is the real question. And in my opinion, he is not better than Zoro, guys. I'm sorry, but it had to be said. Naruto is simply not better than Zoro. Now the real question though you might be asking is he good though? And the truth is he's not that good, okay guys? So he's gonna be on C below Zoro. Next up is gonna be Dio. Why? Because I like Dio, bro. Dio's cool, Dio's good. He's gonna go to A tier because A tier he deserves because of the fact that he gets a really good ability that honestly, if you just level him up a bit, he does quite a bit of damage, and especially he does a lot of damage when you combine that with other abilities. He's a very good combo unit as well. So let's just put him at A because he definitely deserves A in my opinion. Now Jotaro is very cool. He has time stop, which is pretty valid, but he's not that good compared to Dio's time stop or anybody else's. So this is why he's gonna be at B tier, guys, because he's just not as good of a support. Okay, Ichigo is pretty mediocre, to be quite honest with you guys. He's gonna be right there in between them for C. He's okay at the end of the day, but he's just not as good. Now Zoro is probably the best of the C class, guys, so he's gonna be on the top of C. Okay, I'm gonna be honest, I don't think anybody else should be ahead of Zoro in terms of the C tier. Bulma is going to be S tier, guys, because again, you should know this, farm units are the most viable for any story or infinite mode because of how good they are at getting what you need. Okay guys, so it's gonna be S tier, and that is no question, guys. Darth Vader, in my opinion, is good once you max him out, but at first he starts off kind of low, kind of slow. So you know what I decided to do, guys? I decided to go ahead and put him at B tier, guys. Yes, he's gonna be a B tier. I think it's a pretty solid spot for him. Okay guys, next up is gonna be Eren. Now Eren, in my opinion, when I tried him out, he does like a 6,000 damage at level like 10 when you max him out on the top path, and that is absolutely insane, especially when you put him close to the starting point where enemies spawn. He's a absolute destroyer. He literally melts bosses, like he melts people, like it's pretty overpowered. But is he up to the A tier standard? Probably not, but he will be on the top of B tier, and I think that is no question to ask what it should be. Now, I also want to point out that the Trello does have a tier list, and it's where I got all these units PNG from. But you have to understand one thing, that they're doing it based on, you know, early access experience. They're testing it on when the game was before release. Now when everybody else starts playing the game and test it, it changes over time, guys. Other units that seemed bad are actually good when you play with players, when you play with people, then compare to early access when it was just all the testers, guys. So this is why this tier list is better than all of that jibber jabber, guys. So I'm just keeping it a buck, man. Now, Harry Potter, in my opinion, is not that good because of the simple fact that his abilities are just not good. They're not on par with anybody's, in my opinion. So if I'm being honest, he's gonna go just right above Goku, okay? Because Goku is OP when you're starting off, but I think I would rather have Harry Potter on my side. I'm just being honest, you know, regarding Leviosa.
Bro, what are you talking about, man?
So that's why he's gonna be right there, guys. Now this dude, I like him, guys. I really do. I think he's pretty strong at the end of the day, but he's not like, I don't know, he could be A tier in my opinion, because his Bankai is actually kind of nuts, especially later on. He has like, I think 16k damage, which is really high for a legendary. So he's gonna go over there, you know, he's gonna be below Dio but still there because of how strong he is. So he's gonna be in front of Dio because of his Bankai. Now when you get his Bankai, like that whole area that he has, which is not that much of a range, but in that area he's pretty overpowered. He does incredible amount of damage, and honestly it's pretty OP. Like, it's one of the units that you really want on your team, and he's probably gonna be honestly the top of A class for me personally. Like, he's that good, guys, honestly. So for Steve, I think it's fair to say that he's pretty overpowered. I mean, let's say this, okay? Once you max him out, he can send out Ghastlies that just annihilate anybody in its path. And not only that, guys, not only that, but he has another form which buffs your team, which is absolutely nuts, and definitely an S tier if I've ever seen one. So that's gonna be up there, guys. So for Sanji, he's pretty overpowered for the rarity, honestly, and I didn't want to do this. He's gonna go below the Bankai dude, bro. I'm gonna be honest, okay? Now listen, bro. You might think by looking at him that he's not that strong, but trust me, he is pretty strong, guys. He is pretty strong, okay? When you use him in game, like for a rare, like he should not be allowed to be a rare, you know, like that should be illegal. They should take him to custody because of how good he is, bro. Okay, guys, next up is going to be Rengoku. No question about it, one of the best mythicals, top 3, but you know, honestly, like it's up there for sure, guys. For story mode, Rengoku is the best unit you can possibly have. Now if we're doing this in order, let's put that there, let's put that there, and that's what we're gonna have right there. Sakura is really overpowered. Listen, guys, I'm trying to tell y'all, like, Sakura is OP. Now if you use Sakura, you know what I'm talking about. If you haven't used Sakura, I'm not gonna spoil it for you. Just use her and then let me know. Sakura is gonna be above the farm unit, of course. I think Minecraft Steve low-key still better, but that's just my opinion. Next up is Madara. Now Madara, bro, Madara, best mythical in the game, guys. Madara is best mythical in the game, #1, no questions asked. Now for infinite mode though, Broly's better, so Broly's gonna be #2 on that list. And finally, Maid. Now Maid does like 22k on the bottom row, and her time stop on the top is no joke either. It's pretty solid for boss and for enemies getting ahead, so it's not bad at all. She still is the worst mythical in my opinion, in my honest opinion. Finally but not least, guys, the Butterfly Girl. Now the Butterfly Girl is gonna go above Steve because of her unit's caliber, but she is definitely close to beating Maid, okay? But she's going to be over here, okay, guys? She's going to be over here. I think it's pretty safe to put her there. If you disagree, then you're just delusional, so I'm sorry to say that. But yeah, she's just gonna be over here. I think it's pretty fair to say that. I think this tier list is probably the best tier list I could possibly make. If you disagree though, again, like I said, let me know why. I think I've explained everything in this video, and I think that you shouldn't disagree because, like, again, I'm just the best. So look, this is the tier list. S tier has a lot because, you know, there's a lot of good units in this game, but that's good in a way, you know, you got choices at least. And you know, everything else seems pretty fair to me personally. When I play with these characters, this is what I personally think they are worth. They are as good as Rengoku is the best for story, right? Broly is the best for infinite mode. Madara is the best for damage. There are some characters in the S tier that you could honestly argue are better than the top ones because of how good they are in certain game modes. So keep that in account when you're building your team. And I hope you enjoyed the video. Like always, check out Aura Roulette down in the description below, my brand new game. If you like RNGs, check it out. If you don't, please do not play it because you just won't like it. And yeah, see you guys on the next one. Stay safe. Peace out.